left of screen is going to be Rogers, and Cardwell will be to the right as we go racing in TKM Clubman. And a good start there for Jim Rogers. Cardwell having to hang on to second place. A little bit of a bump from behind for Cardwell as he takes a look over his shoulder. But overall, he has managed to hold on to that second place just about. The number 28 has moved his way up to third. That's Craig Summers. And then behind that, I think that was Daniel Mentz in fourth as they come now down towards the chicane. This for the first time. So far, so good for our pole sitter, Jim Rogers. Again, it's going to be 10 minutes plus the additional lap as we go down towards the final corner. It is Daniel Mentz in fourth place. Confirmation of that as they come out of the final corner now and make their way up towards the start-finish line. The number 52 is then in fifth place, which is Scott Hinton. Then we have Ben Spencer in sixth place. Will Halaki is seventh. Then it's Tom Bird, Jack Crisp. The lead novice is Matt O'Farrell. Then it's Ben Packman, James Eaton Wool and James Yap, your 13 drivers. And a change for lead. There we go, 63 of Matt Cardwell. Oh, well, got it all wrong. I don't know if there was a helping hand there, but Cardwell running wide as he made his way up towards turn 4 in an attempt to take the lead. So I think Jim Rogers is going to hang on. There's Daniel Mentz in the 89 being pressured by Hinton as they come now down towards the last corner. Well, Craig Summers has taken the lead of the race. So the Precision Racing driver leads here from Cardwell in second. Rogers has gone from first to third, just like that. As we come round the first corner, we've got a warning there for Daniel Mentz for contact. He's in a close battle currently with Will Halaki, but these guys are trying to make sure these top two don't get away. It's really Summers and Cardwell who have broken away. Rogers is under all sorts of pressure from Daniel Mentz as we come out of turn number 4, make our way down towards the chicane. Mentz trying to get through, not quite able to do so, and there we go. Great move from Daniel Mentz down the inside of Rogers there. Really caught him off guard, and a place where you don't see a lot of overtaking. It doesn't come as one of the first opportunities to overtake, does the chicane. Very difficult to execute that one and do it cleanly as well without any contact. So good driving from Daniel Mentz. What you can see it has done is lost him a little bit of time to the top two, but he can recover that very quickly if our top two are to start fighting with each other. So far, it looks like Cardwell is happy to stay in second. Summers hasn't quite got the message that that's the case yet. He's not taking any chances out front. And we have Mentz, Rogers, as they've actually changed places back now, so Rogers is back into third place, and then we have Halaki in fifth place, Spencer in sixth, Hinton seventh, then it's Bird, Crisp, O'Farrell, Packman, Elton Wool in 12th. Yap is in 13th place as they come now through Wilkins. This for the fourth time as they come up to the start-finish line to complete lap 4, and a personal best for Jim Rogers. Really good lap time, matching the leaders. The gap's not helping him at all, though, is it? That gap that's opened up whilst there was a little bit of a battle going on for Jim Rogers means he's just over a second back from the top two, and he can't really afford to be. He doesn't have the advantage over them to catch that back in, although he does have the pace to certainly fight with them. Just needs to try and dig deep now and find that little bit more to help him up towards the top two. Halaki third in this queue, looking very racy as we go deeper into this race now. Just over 6 minutes plus a lap to go. Top two still as they were as they come up to the line now. There you can see no sign of any challenges coming from Cardwell, so we stick with this battle. And Halaki, like we mentioned, looking racy, and he's on the charge. He goes through into fourth place. Is he going to make that third very quickly while he's got that momentum with him? Halaki has a quick look over his shoulder just to make sure there's no challenges from Mentz coming, and it doesn't look like there's going to be, so Halaki just trying to get himself into the podium places. Just under 6 minutes plus a lap to go. Ben Spencer is then in sixth place. Then we have Hinton, Bird, Crisp, O'Farrell, Packman, Elton Wool, and Yap behind that. This is TKM Clubman currently out. If you are just joining us on the live stream, and if you are, thank you very much for being with us for the Shenington Superprix. Still plenty more racing coming your way. We've got TKM Extreme after this, as we'll come back to that, because there's a move from Halaki. So he goes from fifth to third very, very quickly there, going past pole sitter Rogers. And a look over the shoulder there from Will Halaki, and that is him up into third place now. Out front, a new fastest lap from Cardwell, 45.86 for him. So a good time set there from Cardwell. He and Summers just split by 1/100th of a second in terms of their personal best lap times last round, and 800ths if we're looking at gaps on circuit. Nothing to choose between them. There's a big lunge down the inside. I think that might have been Hinton or Spencer making a move as we come up to the line now. It was Hinton going past briefly Spencer, but they're going to be side by side now in towards turn number 2, and that's Hinton in the 52 trying to get down the inside at turn number 2, unable to do so. Back to our leaders, and Summers still just taking a slightly defensive line when he feels it's necessary to. Towards the chicane, and our 2 leaders out of there and down the back straight. The battle for third could be increasing. It's 3 in it so far, but watch out for the likes of Ben Spencer, Scott Hinton and Bird, and we just like that pick them up in the 21, in the 52 and in the 97, because they're closing in on this battle, and Will Halaki's been passed for third. So that's Rogers going back through, and we have a challenge for the lead as Cardwell dives down the inside and he's through on Summers. So good stuff there from Cardwell as he goes in to take the race lead. Well, they were both setting personal best lap times, but Cardwell clearly feels his tyres are coming to him, and this is the time to go and attack. And with that, Cardwell has gone into the lead. Now, crucial couple of laps coming up there in the background. We are side by side. That's Halaki to the inside and Rogers to the outside. Who's going to emerge ahead? It's going to be Rogers who comes out ahead in that battle there. Just having a look out the window. Here they come. So Halaki in the blue and white colours has dropped back to second in that queue. And then it is Spencer after that who has moved up a place as they come out of the final corner now. Mentz has dropped down the order, so he's gone down to 7th. There's Halaki in the 19 once again, dives down the inside, and that's another change of third place. So good stuff this from Halaki and Rogers. They're racing very cleanly, but with what they're doing, they are inviting pressure from behind, and we can see the top 2 are now battling. These guys can work together. Maybe they'd have a chance to catch up, but impossible to coordinate 6-7 drivers all trying to work together. It's just not going to happen with 2.5 minutes on the clock as we come now down the back straight and towards the final corner. Into Wilkins we go, and a good dive down the inside there from Rogers. He's back through again, so I think that's 3 times these 2 have traded places in one lap as they come up to the line now, and Halaki's going to go once again. So there we go, another change of third place, and in the background the number 21 is Spencer, who's just gone into, has just defended that 5th place from Mentz as we come round turn 3 and up towards the hairpin. Halaki under all sorts of pressure, and he's now having to defend from Rogers. Spencer behind that, then it's Mentz, Hinton, Bird, Crisp in the background trying to close in. A warning going out for Jim Rogers. It's been very close racing, but it looks very clean from what I've seen so far. Really good stuff between Rogers and Halaki as they go in towards Wilkins. We're getting into the final few laps of this race now. After this will be TKM Extreme as they come up to the line now. There we can see the 21 of Spencer dives down the inside there of Mentz. Or shall I say defends, just gets a little bit loose on the exit. Mentz trying to get that 5th place from him as they come round turn 3 now and up towards turn number 4. And here we are side by side between Halaki and Rogers. Eventually our 2 leaders are probably going to start fighting each other as well. In fact, of course, Cardwell is now ahead of Summers, but since going through, he hasn't been able to drop Summers, so Summers is still right there with him as they now come down the back straight. This is the number 22 of Rogers trying to get down the inside of Halaki. Unable to do so. Halaki going defensive into the last corner. Just trying to keep an eye on our top 2 as well. They're coming into the second corner now. And Cardwell still leading Summers as they go up through 3 and in towards the hairpin. And going defensive there was Cardwell. Summers having to think about this one, what to do now. They might squeeze 2 more in at the end of this one. And a hand up there from Cardwell. Not sure if he was a little bit aggravated about something as he comes out of the chicane now, makes his way down the start-finish straight, head down. So he's certainly going for it as in the background. Halaki's managed to get a gap here. Mentz is about to go into 4th place, or is he? No. Rogers has had some problems here because Rogers was in 4th. He's now down in 6th place as we go on to the final lap of the race. So who is it going to be then? Is it going to be Cardwell or is it going to be Summers? Both would be deserving winners of this race, but sadly there can only be one. And who's it going to be as they go up towards turn 4 for the final time? Cardwell gets on the defensive. Summers looks to the outside. No space there. Can he get the switch back? He's going to draw alongside almost. He switches back to the outside as we come in towards the chicane for the final time. Cardwell going defensive once more. It's going to come down to Wilkins once again. The E-plate is going to be decided at Wilkins' corner as Cardwell doing everything he can to urge that car forward. Summers is going to dive to the outside. It's going to be a race to the line here between Cardwell and Summers in TKM Clubman. Up to the line we go, and Matt Cardwell wins the Superprix in TKM Clubman by 0.08 of a second. Summers finishes in 2nd place. Halaki is 3rd place. A good